Yo, what is going on?
What up, man?
Not much. Kind of a mediocre day on the the old hardwood for me. Currently 7-9, so uh, no bueno. A couple of brutal ones. I mean, Utah Valley 4 of 14 from three, 9 of 21 at the free throw line. They win by 7. Um, just brutal there. And then Murray State was up 20, win by 3. Um, what else? There was some other shenanigans. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Yale just didn't show up. Neither Northwestern State and some other teams. So a couple of straight L's, but there were those two were brutal losses. But we ride into tomorrow. How was your day?
Oh, it's not too bad. I was just kind of totaling it up now. Kind of caught a little hot streak here at the end of the night with a few games pending, but started out wasn't looking too hot. Started out 2-8. Coppin State, talk about another no show. Can't believe we bet them. Uh,
Yeah,
whew. And then Kent State, another no show. Purdue wins by 40. Shout out to you. I think you had lock battle on Detroit versus Youngstown State. Detroit wins on the money line. So shout out to the hospital and for you winning that lock battle. Um, what else? Oh, Robert Morris finally loses at home. End up losing by 2 to Northern Kentucky. It was a fun ride. Set like 18 straight. Finally lost at home. I'll die on that sword. But caught late here as of late with Milwaukee minus 2.5, Valpo team total under 60, Oak State minus 18.5, the under in that Tarleton State UTA game. Shouldn't have faded my Tarleton State boys and Billy Gillespie, but glad I decided to pivot and take the under there on the 137. And then Cal Bap, I got lucky on that side, I will say. So at least one of us was on the right side.
yeah, that was just incredible stuff. 9 of 21 from the free throw line is insane. And you shoot like 20% from three, you win by 7, like brutal.
I will say
But
Elon Cruz too. That was another one that you were really high on confident in. That was no sweat.
yeah,
Um,
and I forgot to bet it and
that was a
Tarleton.
fun one.
Go figure. I did bet Washington minus 11.5. I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna have some night action to go along with this Auburn. Auburn was covering the spread 8 minutes into the game. Love to see that. So it's just keep your foot on the gas. Don't be lollygagging around. But I mean, 37 points with 9.5 minutes left in the first half. They are cruising right now. So hopefully they keep that up. But yeah, this is a good day. We're gonna, I guess, try to get these done in about an hour and a half, so I can make the other show. But 33 games tomorrow, 32 games, some good ones. And I mean, how about this to start the day? Vermont, Princeton. Look at that. What is this line? Is Princeton going to win again? I mean, it's a day game. It's weird. Everybody's going to bet it. Everyone's going to bet Vermont because Princeton sucks. It's basically a pick 'em. I kind of want to get nasty and bet Princeton with the day game. They got to win eventually. They're playing tight games. They got to get over the hump. It's not like they're getting blown out. They just can't get over that hump to get a win. Vermont on the road, random early day game with these two. Everyone's going to be on Vermont. I'm taking Princeton. One last ride. If they can't win this one, they may just be auto fade in the single digits. But I'm gonna go one more time. Give me the Tigers plus 1.5 here tomorrow.
Yep, nope, I'm right there with you. I will. I'll be on Princeton money line as well. Vermont, typically a team I love just backing at home for the most part. Back them at home. They gave up a dud against Iona, so maybe they come out firing and get a win there against Princeton. But I like Princeton, desperate team, 3-11. When's the last time they've been 3-11? I think they can get up here and get a home win after losing to Merrimack in their last time out at home about 20 days ago. So they haven't had very many home games. 2-1 so far at home in D1 home games. Beat Bucknell by 10, Northeastern by 13, and then drop that game to Merrimack. I think they respond and get a good win for Mitch Henderson here. So I'll ride the Tigers as well.
Let's do it. Come on, Princeton. Don't let us down. Finals are over. These guys got to be focused again, right? Ohio's laying 5.5 at Central Michigan. Over under is 150.5. Ohio, a lot of vets, a lot of experience, but they're just not great. I know they beat Bonaventure, Marshall, but prior to that, I mean, Maine, Bethune Cookman, you lost to Arkansas State. I guess their schedule hasn't been easy to say. I mean, Illinois State, St. Mary's, Louisville, Mason, LMU, Marshall Bonnies, yeah, Bowling Green. You know, they've played a tough schedule here, but Central Michigan, first D1 home game since November 20th. Northern Kentucky lost. Their only wins other than Coppin State is App State to start the year. They have not looked sharp whatsoever. I got Ohio coming in here. I hate that 5.5 number. I hate it. They haven't played a road game since November 15th at Louisville. Give me Central Michigan. No bet, though, unless it's a standalone. But this is the first true road game in a month and a half. I'll take Central Michigan in a random early spot.
Yeah, I'll be on Ohio minus the 5.5. I'm not going to bet this game though. I'm going to stay away just because of everything that you said. First kind of road spot for Ohio in a long time. Central Michigan conference home opener. Man, if you back some of the conference home opening teams tonight, you were doing really well. The conference home teams fared really well tonight. So if you followed kind of that strategy of first conference game at home, you know, Mount St. Mary's beat Iona, you know, Fairfield ended up losing. I think was Fairfield at home tonight? Couldn't remember.
Yes, yeah, they were.
St. Peter's beat them. That was a crazy game. But seemed to be the home team, which also we forgot. Shout out Indiana State, your Jersey bet.
Yes. Why did we not play the money line with that?
In overtime. But just another, home team conference home opener. So I'm going to stay away from a bet just because of that. But I'll take Ohio minus 5.5. I think they're the far better team than Central Michigan. But
100% they are. Seals catching 8.5 an Incarnate Word. I'll lay with Incarnate Word. Seals god awful. Yeah, I don't have much in this one. This game does not excite me. I'd rather bet Central Michigan than this one, but it would be Incarnate Word or nothing. I mean, Seals not too great. You lose at home to East Texas A&M. You've lost to Northwestern State. You've lost to Louisiana. They beat Gardner-Webb by 8. So I mean, I guess that's their best win. Navy by 4 on a neutral, but they haven't been sharp at all. Incarnate Word, beat McNeese. They've gone and played a gauntlet. Colorado State, Indiana, TCU. They played some tough games, so I'll take Incarnate Word, but no bet.
Yeah, I think I'll be on the Sela side here, plus 8.5. No bet for me as well. Sela, they just play a lot of close games. You look at their conference games, and they've 1-2 so far, but lost to Northwestern State by 8, Houston Christian by 3 in overtime, East Texas A&M by 1. I know Incarnate Word is the way better team, probably the second best team in the Southland, could be argued. So scares me a little bit. I'll take Sela plus the 8.5, but no bet here.
Yeah, stay away. Wyoming's laying 11 at Air Force. Elevation not going to help Air Force out in this one. Wyoming got to sit and stew on that just ugly loss at home they had prior to the break. They're going to go get Air Force here, who we know is not good. They've lost at home plenty of times this year. Their wins are Alabama State, Southern Illinois, and then IU Indy. So do with that what you will. But Wyoming, Grand Canyon embarrassed them. It was worse than the 12-point game for the final. They were getting their asses waxed. So you get to sit and stew on this. You got New Mexico coming up. The elevation, they'll be used to it. I'll lay it with Wyoming here. Bounce back with Sundance and the boys.
Yeah, I'm seeing this at 12.5 now. So it's creeping up a little bit. John, they have 3 losses, I believe. I think Wyoming's sitting at 9-3. They lost to Sam Houston on the road, Texas Tech on the road in a pretty competitive game, and then just dropped that game at home to open up WAC play or Mountain West Conference play against Air Force. But yeah, I'll lay it with Wyoming here. I think that they get right after dropping that conference home opener at home. Give me Wyoming minus the 12.5. I'm seeing now. I'll wait to bet this.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to wait and maybe some buyback or just lay it. I think if they win by the 11, I think they cover the 12.5. I think it's probably going to be an ass wax more than it would be close. Howard's catching 19.5 at Northwestern. Northwestern coming back in. The Butler loss prior to the break. Howard winners of 4 straight against D1's teams: Wilmington, Drexel, Hampton, Ncaa. On the road, except for Hampton, that was a semi-home neutral. But Northwestern's got Minnesota at home on deck. They're coming in off of a loss. Howard has some athletes. I'll give them that, but they got turnover problems. Kind of struggle to shoot, especially inside. They're not going to get anything there. They're going to have to rely on free throws, I think, a lot. And I don't think this Chris Collins team is going to be the one to just give them free points. But Howard's a good team. Northwestern lane 19.5 is kind of crazy. So I'll take Howard. No bet for me on this one.
Yeah, I'll continue to back Howard. Shame on me for not backing Howard against UNC Wilmington, kind of two teams that I like to bet. But Howard has been profitable for me to back them. Seeing this at 20.5, might continue to shoot up. Wait to bet it. I'll be on Howard plus the points. I think that they can stay somewhat competitive in this game, and maybe Northwestern just kind of walks through it and gets ready for Big Ten play with Minnesota at home on Saturday.
Repeat. East Tennessee State's laying 11.5 at the Citadel. Kind of we're higher on Citadel this year a little bit more. I mean, they haven't looked great, but they've covered some games, been competitive in a few. East Tennessee State coming in, losers to 3 straight. Start this, they got sit and stew on this. Citadel though, I don't this team played Charleston to a 4-point game on the road. South Carolina 16-point, then Richmond blew them out. They either play tight or get blown out. At home, East Tennessee traveling off of this one. And plug my nose. I'll take Citadel back at home for the first time against a D1 team since the 26th. No bet though. I'm not going to bet Citadel. I don't love them in this spot. I just think it's more of a fade of East Tennessee on the road after break in this spot. But no bet for me here.
Yeah, the Citadel, they played a really slow pace. Their offense is not very good. I think defense travels here with East Tennessee State. I'll look at a team total under for the Citadel rather than take the plus the points. I would be on the points in Citadel here. I'm seeing 12.5 now. Not seeing a team total quite yet, but that'd be the angle that I would attack. I'm probably not going to bet this game, but I would attack it that way with the Citadel team total over or under. Sorry.
Don't hate that look. Albany's catching 20.5 at South Carolina. South Carolina laying 20.5. Come on. They beat South Carolina State by 25. Citadel by 16. Stetson, they blew them out by 30. But Charleston Southern hung around. Presbyterian hung around. North Carolina A&T hung around. Southern Miss took them to overtime. They got Vanderbilt on deck. Did they really give a shit here? I mean, Albany's been competitive in some games. I mean, 11 to Yale. Siena was a 10-point game on the road. Cornell was an 8-point game. FAU blew them out, but I mean, they just came off the Yale game. I'll take Albany. I don't think South Carolina should be laying 20.5, especially with Vanderbilt on deck. Some big conference games. So I'll take Albany here. Potential bet. Potential. Maybe we'll see where this number gets up to.
Yeah, I'll lay it here at this number with South Carolina. I think that they can roll here. I don't feel super confident in this game, so I'll probably lay off of a bet. Starting out, not betting a lot here at the beginning of this slate, but maybe I'll get it rolling. yeah, I think South Carolina at home, they can get it done, win pretty comfortably. I see maybe a similar score line to the South Carolina State game. So I'll take South Carolina minus the 20.5.
Western Michigan catching 9.5 at Toledo. What say you on this one? Little action.
Yeah, I will ride with Toledo here. I'll take Toledo. Conference home opener. This will be one that I ride. I think they're the far better team offensively. They'll be able to kind of run and gun against a Western Michigan team that's just very, very bad on defense. Maybe they can hold their own a little bit on offense. I don't think so, but I think Toledo's going to be able to get whatever they want offensively. Particularly, Western Michigan, they struggle at defending the three, and Toledo, they don't shoot a lot of them, but they shoot at a pretty high rate. I expect them to get it done from three, but also inside the paint as well, draw some fouls, and they do shoot 78% from the free throw line, so they'll be able to take advantage there. I'll lay it with Toledo. I think they roll. I think they win by 15 to 20. Could also look at the Toledo team total over angle as well. I don't mind that with Western Michigan. 55th in pace allowed on the defensive end, and Toledo plays at a high pace. So could see a lot of possessions, a lot of points for Toledo for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. Lay with Toledo. Far better team at home here. I mean, Western Michigan's gotten blown up by 30 by Valpo this year. And when they've stepped up and against good competition or great competition, they've really struggled. I'm not saying Toledo is like a top 15 team in the country, but they're good. Their offense clicks. They can roll, not to mention Western Michigan foul happy at times, and Toledo shooting 78% from the line. That's not going to be beneficial for Western Michigan. So lay it with Toledo. I'll bet this one. Let's go Rockets. Kill them. Just fucking kill them. All right. Next, Seton Hall's laying 2 at Marquette, over under 139.5. I'm not getting fooled with this Marquette bullshit again. Seton Hall off the loss. Marquette's got a whole bunch of problems too. One of their players just got dismissed from the program. He got into an argument with the coach about playing time, and basically was like calling out other teammates for being shitty. So he got dismissed from the program. So there's a lot of shit going on with Marquette. This is just not their year. Seton Hall's looking pretty good. They're coming in off of that loss at home against Villanova. Got to sit on that. And Shaheen, is over Christmas break, he wasn't taking time off. He was game planning and getting ready for this for when they came back. Seton Hall's got that dog in him. Marquette's soft as baby shit. Lay it with Seton Hall in this one.
Yeah, this is a weird line for me. I think, Marquette, they've already dropped a game at home. It's up to 2.5 now. I'll take Seton Hall on the money line. I don't like laying it. I could see a really close 2-point win. But man, this line kind of stinks in my opinion. I think it should be, a little bit more. I feel like Marquette is probably the right side. It could be a whole plug your nose and bet Marquette despite all the terribleness of this year that they've had. I mean, losers of 4 straight, including a game at home to Georgetown by 9. Seton Hall, they kind of got a little bit exposed. Maybe the play would be the Marquette team total under, possibly staying away from the line itself. With Seton Hall being such a really good defense, Marquette, like you said, really soft. So maybe we get a muck it up game and Seton Hall can shut down Marquette offensively. I might look at that possibly. Be like 67.5, I think, something like that. So I might be on the under, team total under, or just under in general. 140 seems kind of high. You look at that game against Villanova, what was that, 64-56? So
Yeah.
120 total. 140 seems a little high. So I'll attack it that way, just because the line is fishy. I could see Marquette winning outright. So yeah, I'll either be on Marquette team total under or the full game under.
They're not fooling me with this bullshit. I'm not falling for the suit. Seton Hall, moneyline lock. Florida State's catching 14.5 at UNC, over under 160.5. We all were kind of, high on Florida State that they could show up this year, but Outside of that Florida game, whenever they stepped up in competition, they've just gotten fucking smoked. I mean, UMass beat them. They played Florida earlier in the year. I mean, again, Florida new roster, figuring out guys, 2-point loss there. But otherwise, A&M beat them by almost 40. Georgia beat them by 34. Houston beat them by 25. 15. And then Dayton beat them by almost 30 also. And then the UMass lost their wins. Alcorn, Alabama State, Tennessee Martin, Georgia Southern, Bakersfield, Miss Valley State, Jacksonville. When they've stepped up, they've really struggled. North Carolina's looked good. They played the Michigan State game. That was brutal, but beat Kansas, beat Kentucky, beat Georgetown, beat Ohio State. And then they're dismantling these other teams. I think this is just going to be a rough spot for Florida State, especially traveling up. First-year head coach up in the Dean Dome. I think UNC's on a mission. I think they're going to kill them. Laying it with UNC here, lay the 14.5.
Yeah, I'll be on the team total UNC over. You look when Florida State, like you said, steps up in competition. Not only do they get blown out, but they give up a lot of points. 95 to Texas A&M, 107 to Georgia, 82 to Houston, who has shown at times that they can struggle offensively. And then 103 to UMass, 97 to Dayton, who typically plays at a semi-slow pace. I think North Carolina puts up a lot of points here. I'll be on the UNC team total over. I don't mind that the spread either. Maybe I shouldn't get cute and just bet the spread. I did see it's dropped down to 13.5 now. So if you like it, shop around. You can maybe get a better number than the 14.5.
Perfect. Yeah, let all the suckers buy up Florida State stock. I will buy the dip on UNC for whatever reason it's dipping.
I was trying to find the Florida State team total, or Florida State UNC team total. I can't find it yet, so that's why I haven't given out a actual number yet, just because I haven't been able to find it.
I don't see it on FanDuel.
Yeah, it wasn't on FanDuel, wasn't on DraftKings yet, so that'll probably be the angle. I'll either be on the spread or the UNC team total.
Yeah, I don't see no team total. So yeah, I don't hate that look. UNC's defense is really, really good too. Just no faith in Florida State here in this spot. Miami, Ohio's catching 5.5 at Bowling Green. You poached Marcus Johnson, but Bowling Green doesn't give a shit. They're still pretty damn good. I mean, losses to Davidson by 4, Bill and Mary by 8, then Utah Valley by 9. I mean, other than that, they beat Kansas State. They beat Ohio by double digits. And then they've dismantled all these Bucknell, VMI, Lemoyne, all these teams that they're supposed to. They're handling with business. Now they're at home, conference opener, Miami, Ohio, yet to lose a game. This will be their this will be their 5th road game in the last 6. Asheville, Kentucky, Wright State, Ball State. So they've gone on the road. They've gotten wins, but Bowling Green, I'm much higher on Bowling Green than this what Miami's done. I mean, Old Dominion, Air Force, Mercyhurst, Pine Bluff, Greensboro, Maine, Asheville, Eastern Kentucky, Ball State, Wright State. They played arguably one good team. And now you're going to hit the road for conference play. Bowling Green's been tested. I will lay with the Falcons here.
Yeah, I'll battle you here. I think Bowling Green wins this game. I just think that this number is a little too high for my liking. I will take Miami plus the 5.5. Was trying to look and see what there was another line out there. Yeah, I'm seeing 4.5 now, so it's coming down.
Perfect.
Might just wait to bet it and just bet a Bowling Green at like a money line price, or could look at Bowling Green on a money line parlay piece as well. I think they win. It's just the 5.5 number that would be too big for me. I think it's going to be a close competitive game, come down to the wire here. So at that number, Miami of Ohio, I'll take the plus 5.5. But I'll look to bet Bowling Green money line if this line continues to tick down.
I don't hate that little money line spot. I can get behind that. Pittsburgh is catching 10.5 at Miami. ACC play some more. What do you think about this one here?
Pittsburgh just has rolled. has
So we're saying.
rolled their last 2 games, beat Binghamton by 40, beat Penn State by 34. I think this is a spot where Miami's going to roll here. I'm seeing it come down a little bit. So I might wait and see if I can get this under 10.5. I'm seeing minus 10.5 at plus 100 right now. So possibly could get Miami at single digits. I think that they end up winning this by double digits. So I'll wait, maybe see if I can get a 9.5, or maybe just take it down by the half point and take a Miami minus 9.5. I think they absolutely dismantle Pitt here. I think Pitt's feeling fat and happy, and they're going to get beat on the road, kind of like they did against Villanova, where they lost by 18 last time out on the road.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is a big number. I think it's big for a reason we lay it. Pittsburgh, if they're hot from 3, they can kill Miami. I mean, Miami gives up 39th most points from 3. Pitt 82nd in scoring there. But they're 150th in 3-point attempts. So they're shooting good, but they're not, just lighting it up from 3 and shooting, 20, 25 a game. So I think if they pivot to that and they're hitting them, I think Miami could be in trouble. But if Pittsburgh's not hitting threes, I think this is all Miami. They got the size, length, athleticism. This team's hungry, especially after how last year went. I think they're coming out ready to play. In this one, I mean, Jai Lucas is damn good too. To beat Ole Miss by 9 on the road as a true road game. BYU was a 10-point loss, and then Florida, fourth game of the year, new coach, new roster. That was a 14-point loss on the neutral, but I still think Miami's the better team here. I'm with you. I'll lay it. With the Canes, beat the shit out of this Fugazi-ass Pitt team. Duquesne's catching 3.5 at Davidson, over under 152.5.
This line seems kind of short.
Yeah, I thought it was a little odd too. Davidson, though, I mean, Utah State pounded them. St. Mary's was a 9-point loss. Temple 5-point loss, and then Kansas just demolished them before the break there. But Duquesne, whenever they've stepped up, they haven't looked good. And then their other wins are Canisius, Stony Brook, Loyola, Maryland, Sacred Heart, Niagara, and then Queens in overtime at home. So their losses aren't against anything good. I mean, they've lost to Northeastern before. And then Boise, Nevada, Bill and Mary, all losses also. It is a weird line. I will say that last year these two played. They lost to Davidson by 6 on the road. I think this. I don't know. The line stinks, but I don't want to fall into a trap. But I think it's Davidson. I'm gonna lay with Davidson here also. At home, coming in, lost 2 straight, and now you're gonna get to start conference play here. At home, well, I mean, outside of no, Temple's not A10 anymore. Yeah, open it up here at home. I'll take them. Their free throws do scare me at 65%, but they shoot the 3 well. They force turnovers on defense, and they can grab some rebounds. They're going to have the size advantage overall, I think, in this one. So I'll take Davidson. No bet though, more than likely. This line stinks, but I just don't see an avenue for Duquesne. It feels more like a head fake from the books more than anything.
It's coming down to, I'm seeing minus 3.5 at almost even money, minus 102. So possibly could see a 2.5 pop up. I'll be on Davidson. I'll wait to bet this. I'll back the conference home opener here with the Wildcats, and I think they get it done. Duquesne, I know they've been fairly competitive. I mean, they only lost to Villanova by 10 on the road. Have lost a couple other ones, head scratcher with losing to Northeastern, but other than that, they've played somewhat competitive mostly in all their games besides Boise State. They do like to play with a lot of pace. I think Davidson will really slow it down and utilize their defense, and at home be able to get it done. So I'll be betting Davidson. Wait to bet it though, just with the line possibly coming down. And I don't mind Julian in the chat. He's saying Davidson Bowling Green money line parlay. That could be a nice little 6 o'clock, 7 Eastern money line parlay piece action for a little 2-team money line parlay. I don't mind that.
No, I don't mind it. It's not going to be crazy juice either. Probably get some decent odds on that. Would be my guess. If anybody know what channel this Washington Utah game is on, if you do, please let me know. That would be sick. But regardless, Temple catching 1.5 at Charlotte here. Over under 143.5. Pull this up. Temple coming in, winners 3 straight. They did beat Davidson on the road. But other than that, I mean, 2 road games this year. Davidson 5-point win, and then Villanova was a loss. Charlotte winners of 2 straight. They're staying home. They haven't traveled. FS1, appreciate you guys. Yeah, no, you got Temple last year. These 2 played. Charlotte was bad. They beat them in 6 in overtime, and then the prior game was a 1-point double overtime loss for Charlotte. Temple, I think, they're all right, but I think Charlotte's much improved from last year. Under Fern here, I'll take Charlotte. They're favored at home for a reason. These 2 split. They played tough games, and it was a home and home. I'll take Charlotte on the money line. I know Temple's good. They look good. Charlotte's, I think, is much improved too, and they've not played a cookie or a easy schedule either. I mean, Davidson, Vatech, Illinois State, Richmond, Utah State, Charleston, Indiana State. Indiana State was a win too, so they played their fair share of teams. I'll take Charlotte here on the money line. Start conference play with a nice dub.
Yeah, I'll kind of go against what I was saying with back in these conference home openers here. I think Temple's just the way better team. So I'll be on Temple plus the points. Still seeing plus 1.5 right now. I'll take that just to avoid some buzzer beater or anything like that. Charlotte last time out got it done against Illinois Chicago. I was on them. Luckily, went into overtime and won. But I think Temple, they're gonna get it going, get it rolling here in conference play. Winners of their last 4 in a row. I think they can get it done at Charlotte against a Charlotte team who, in my opinion, isn't that great. So I will knock back the home team here, and I'll be on Temple plus 1.5.
We're battling a lot. Makes the show interesting. Speaking of interesting, this one's going to get interesting. Milwaukee played tonight, kicked the shit out of I forget who they even played. I didn't watch a second of that.
DFW, easy win, cash it -2.5.
That shit was very easy. So now they're playing Big Brother Wisconsin. I don't think it's a hot take. They're not good this year at all. Even after their big meltdown of after Villanova, they came out. They won by 27, but they didn't cover against Central Michigan at all here. Now you got Little Brother coming in, winners of 3 straight, feeling good. Not really a travel spot either. Going from Madison to Milwaukee, maybe 45 minutes. Nothing serious. So I'll take Milwaukee here. I know Wisconsin is the better team on paper, but they're not showing it at all. I'll take Lundy and company in a big get-up spot against Big Brother. Wisconsin's got Purdue on deck too. Kind of just an odd scheduling spot to schedule a Little Brother game coming back off of break with Purdue and conference play on deck. Give me Milwaukee. I'll wait and see what this number gets up to, but I'm out on Wisconsin, especially covering these gigantic numbers.
You know the status on any of these, your guys' health here for your team?
In-time decision. Who's hurt? Blackwell didn't play last game. I believe I think he had an ankle thing. Have to check that. And then who's the other one? It wasn't Rap. Who was it? Rhodey? Was it Rhodey maybe? Somebody else didn't play. I forget. You guys are correct. But I am forgetting who that is. I'm trying to find out who it was. I can't.
Winter and Blackwell is JB saying. Thanks, JB.
Nolan Winter got hurt. I was unaware Nolan Winter got hurt, but I do remember Blackwell wasn't playing. So I'm going to guess they probably don't try to push him, especially with Purdue on deck. I think it was like an ankle or shoulder or something. I forget what they said on the broadcast. It was like 2 weeks ago when we played. But I just bad spot for Wisconsin. This team is not that great. You got little brother coming in, and you have Purdue on deck. I think they struggle. The over in play, yeah, I don't hate the over. Milwaukee looked pretty good tonight, and now it's not like they got to do some serious traveling or have a couple days off. They're just getting right back at it the next day. I think they'll be all right. I don't hate the over. We know Wisconsin doesn't play defense, so yeah, I'll take Milwaukee in this one. Winter with an ankle. Okay, that I had forgotten about that. So if they're not 100%, they're not going to play, especially with Purdue on deck. So that could work out in their favor here, but Wisconsin's just not good enough to be laying these numbers.
Yeah, I'm seeing it's at 21.5 now, so it's gone up a point already. Might wait to bet this. I'll be on the Milwaukee side. It does scare me that they're on the back-to-back. That's just a tough spot for them to play tonight in a conference game. Nice that they blew them out, so they didn't have to expend a bunch of energy there down the stretch. But they're going to get up for this game. Little brother against Wisconsin. I think 20 is too much, so I'll wait to bet this. But I'm not running to bet this just because one, it's going up. Two, I'm a little nervous on that back-to-back. But I would be on Milwaukee. What's the points? They've already played competitive against Texas Tech on the road. So I'll take Milwaukee plus the 21.5. Wait to bet it. I probably will end up betting it, but just not going to bet right now.
Yeah, no, I will definitely be on Milwaukee tomorrow. UMass catching 1.5 at Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan does have some nice wins this year. I mean, Cincinnati, they beat Oakland. What was the other one they played tough? I thought they played somebody else tough.
I mean, they beat Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, I thought there was another one, but yeah,
beat Oakland.
Just Cincinnati. UMass has looked really, really good. Coming in, lost to Charleston, Green Bay, Kent State, and Marshall. And ironically, 2 of those 4 were at home, and the other 2 on a neutral. But this is UMass's first true road game. It's not like Eastern Michigan gets absolutely crazy or anything, but UMass first true road game, first time going here, joining the conference. Eastern Michigan has at least beaten Cincinnati. They played some good teams here. And they're back home after 3 straight road games. This will be the first D1 home game since November 28th, which was NJIT. I'll go in with Eastern Michigan here. Just think it's a weird spot for UMass, tough spot. They have the better coach, obviously better roster, but first MAC road game, your first true road game of the year also. You haven't left home yet other than play some neutrals. So give me Eastern Michigan. They'll get this done. They'll find a way.
Yeah, I agree. I think Eastern Michigan's they're favored for a reason here. I think UMass, like you said, is the better team in my opinion. And UMass, struggles from the free throw line, like John said in the chat. Shoots 65% from the free throw line. So if you get a close game on the road where you need all of the points, if you can't capitalize from the free throw line, it's gonna be a problem for you. And you look at Eastern Michigan, UMass, they're good at defending the 3. However, they suck at guarding inside the paint. And what does Eastern Michigan like to do? They like to get into the paint. 55% of their points come from via the 2. So I think they'll be able to take advantage of that and get a win to open up their conference play here at home. They already lost to Akron on the road by 21. UMass already got welcomed to the MAC with a 10-point loss at home by Kent State. I'll back Eastern Michigan on the money line.
Let's do it. We ride. South Carolina State's catching 46.5 at Tennessee here. Over under 147.5. I can't lay this number with Tennessee. I can't back South Carolina State. Give me an under. I think Tennessee wins this game like 92, 54, something like that. But I want no part of this game. This is a spot Tennessee should just absolutely kill them, but you can't lay this big of a number with Tennessee. So he doesn't like to play with pace too much. I mean, they're 103rd in the country, so they are a little faster, but still, I just don't see much luck for South Carolina State. But I'm not laying almost 50 with Tennessee, so I'll take an under, maybe a South Carolina State under. I think they really struggle to get to the 50-53 mark in this one.
Yeah, their team total, I just looked it up, 50.5. So if you like South Carolina State, you can take the team total under at 50.5.
That's how I would play it.
Tennessee's is 96.5. So if you like them to score a lot of points, look at the team total over there as well. I will lay it with Tennessee here. No bet though for me. I'm not taking a game that's at this number. Probably actually I'll take the points. Take the points. Give me the plus 46.5. No bet though. Did it tonight against Mississippi Valley State. They ended up only losing by like 29-30. I was like, damn, I'm gonna bet it, but I'm not gonna bet this game. But you looked last time out. I think I laid it with Tennessee at the big number, 42.5. They ended up winning by 42. They win by 46 here, 96-50.
That sounds about right. Tennessee State's catching 2.5 at Tennessee Tech. Kind of just want to take the dog in this one. I mean, Tennessee State looked all right. I mean, beat UNLV, beat UT Martin. There, I mean, Belmont was an 8-point loss. First year under Nolan Smith, they've got a big win against a power conference opponent. They beat UT Martin, who's got some big wins. They went on the road to Belmont, kept it within single digits here. They're coming in off a loss to SEMO. Tennessee Tech just lost to Martin. Their wins are SEMO, West Georgia, Upstate, and then 3 D2 schools. So I mean, and they haven't been good. I mean, West Georgia beat them at their place too. So it's been kind of rough going for them. I like this Tennessee State team. You look on paper, none of these stats are impressive, but again, going on the road, first year head coach, but they've stepped up in the big games and played to their competition. I think the big rivalry game here, hitting the road. I like Nolan Smith and company here, getting the 2.5. So I'll take the points with Tennessee Tech.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do here in this game. I'll take the home team here. No bet for me. Just give me Tennessee Tech on the money line. I think we get a close competitive game. I was looking at possibly contemplating an over here, but I could see, kind of not necessarily a tough defensive battle, but I could see, a slower pace game. So I don't want to rely on that 151.5 to come through. So I'll take Tennessee Tech money line. No bet for me.
All right, let's get a 2-point win. That'll work for me. St. Mary's laying 19.5 against Pepperdine. I think Pepperdine's pretty ass. We just saw what Gonzaga did to them. Gonzaga very defensive oriented too, but they played at a much faster pace. But St. Mary's really good at holding teams down. LMU, tough road game, but they've already got a game under the belt coming back from break here. Pepperdine does too, Gonzaga, but they also lost by 40. I'm not saying St. Mary's can beat them by 40, but I think St. Mary's can win something like 85 to like 54, 85, 60, something like that. I'll lay it with St. Mary's here. I just think Pepperdine's going to really, really struggle to score in this one. It's just a matter of St. Mary's just keeping scoring because Pepperdine's not gonna stop them. I just think St. Mary's is going to suffocate them and just roll here. So give me St. Mary's laying the 19.5.
Yeah, I would lay it with St. Mary's as well. Haven't been too impressed with Pepperdine. I know you're 18.5 is a lot on the road, but I think here in West Coast Conference play, St. Mary's is really gonna beat up on a lot of the teams. I don't mind the Pepperdine team total under 61.5 is what I'm seeing right now. So that could be a play as well. I could see Pepperdine being in the 50s. Maybe you see like an 80-57 type of a game. They took care of business against Loyola Marymount. Definitely a far better team than Pepperdine, in my opinion. You get second of a back-to-back. Possibly a little worrisome, but I think St. Mary's is the far better team. I'll continue to ride them. So I'll either lay it with St. Mary's, I'm seeing 18.5, or take the Pepperdine team total under 61.5.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Nevada catching 3.5 at Colorado State, over under 147.5. Is this an Alfred pop-up spot, or winners of 5 straight, or they do? Colorado State did just get housed by almost 42 to Utah State prior to the break here too. That's pretty tough, but they played a lot of teams tough, especially at home. Nevada coming in here, winners of 5 straight. I think they're feeling themselves a little bit here. I mean, Colorado State's offense, number 1 in the country, effective field goal. And it's not like they played nobodies. I mean, they've got their fair share, but they played Vatech, Wichita State, South Florida, Colorado, and Utah State. And they won all but the Virginia Tech 2-point loss on a neutral. Then Utah State housed them on the road. I'll take Colorado State at home. They've been playing really good. Their offense is incredibly efficient. Alford, they're due a just massive loss by like 13, 14 points here. I'll take Colorado State and the Rams. Ram it. Let's go.
Yeah, they're also off of that loss on the road where they lost to Utah State by 40 something?
42.
42. So that was their kind of conference opener. Now they get a home game here against a Nevada team who opened up their conference home opener with a big win against Boise State. I think it's a little come to earth for Steve Alford and company and the Wolfpack. I'll lay it here with Colorado State. I think they get it done here at home.
Right on, brother. Let's ride. Butler catching 5.5 at Creighton, over under 152.5.
Is Creighton black now?
They might be turning good.
I think the K-State loss shook them up.
Yeah, they've showed up since then. That's for damn sure. I mean, pick a Butler game to save my life, though, is the problem. I'll let you go first, and I'll let you know if you got the kiss of death on the play you like. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Creighton here. I'm not jumping up to bet this. I think maybe this line's fairly accurate. I could see this game kind of coming down as like a 5 or 6 point win for Creighton. I don't think by any means that Butler will win it on the money line, but I do think that it's going to be kind of a tough game. Maybe comes down to the last few minutes where it's decided. Butler's going to struggle from the free throw line. Creighton, I think, at home plays a lot better. They already dropped the one home game to K-State. I don't see him dropping another one to kind of similarly ranked team. Maybe they drop a home game to like a UConn or something like that, St. John's, but I don't see them dropping a game to Butler. So I'll lay it with Creighton, keep the momentum going as they fresh off of 21-point win against Marquette at home. They're in conference play, and then beat Utah Tech by 23. Not calling for a 20-plus point win, but I do think that they get it done by more than 5.5. And yeah, I don't mind JB. He brings that good money line parlay piece. So this 5.5 number that we hate, always look maybe Bowling Green, Creighton. That could definitely be a good little spot.
Yeah, lucky for you, I like Butler. So you're safe. That means Creighton wins by 48. Yeah, Thad Matta, good coach. They played last year. Creighton got them, I think it was by 4 in Butler and then 13 on the road. No Kalkbrennan, no Ashworth. This Creighton team is really starting to figure it out and come alive. I mean, Xavier, Marquette, Utah Tech wins. How impressive are those? Oregon, I think they're really going to be a contender really too much in the Big Ten. I think they'll hang around. middle of the pack, but I don't think they're going to be that great. I think some of these wins look good on paper, but how good are they? Butler, wins Northwestern, Providence, Virginia, South Carolina, and then lost to SMU, Boise, and UConn. Two of those true road games. I'll take Butler, no bet. I just can never be on a Butler game. That's never the right side for me. So let's go Butler, no bet. Here we go. You can start with this one. I already know what I'm playing. It's gonna be my biggest bet of the day.
Go for it. Take it away.
Notre Dame +6 and the money line. For the break, Notre Dame had lost to IPFW 72-69 at home. I saw the Shrewsbury interview after, and he was pissed. He said Christmas is canceled. There's no Christmas in his household. He's just going to be grinding film, and they have to win 2 out of these next 3 against Stanford, Cal, and Clemson. Stanford road game here. I don't think Stanford is really that great. You beat Colorado, sweet. They did beat St. Louis, so that's a good one. But other than that, whenever they've stepped up, UNLV, Seattle losses, San Jose State 4-point win. I don't think the Stanford team's that good, and I think this Notre Dame team probably went through hell in practice and whatnot under Shrewsbury, given how pissed off he was about that, because they had just beaten Missouri a little while ago, and they challenged fans to show up, and they win some games. They start showing up, and then they drop that IPFW game. I think he's pissed. He canceled Christmas. He's just been grinding film, getting ready for this. Notre Dame plus the SC6 now, and I'll be on the money line. Notre Dame is winning this game outright tomorrow night. So let's go Irish.
We could battle on half this. I will. I think Stanford's going to win, but I do think that Notre Dame plus the 6 is the right play. I think it's a tough spot Notre Dame wise, travel spot. First game off of break. I know that they lost to PFW, but Stanford, they've already got that win after break against CSUN at home. So they've already got that one game under their belt before opening up conference play here against Notre Dame. I'll take Notre Dame plus the points. Not going to call for the money line, though. I think it's going to be a close game, come down to the wire. I just like the 6 points in my pocket and have a little sweat free. I think it's going to be similar to that TCU game. Might even come down to overtime. Maybe Notre Dame ekes it out. But I think Stanford wins, but doesn't cover this number. So I will wait, though, because like you said, kind of going up. I'm seeing 6. Maybe you can get lucky and get a 6.5 possibly if people like Stanford. So I'll wait to see, but Notre Dame plus the 6 for me.
Sounds good. Yeah. It's Notre Dame money line. Be careful with your Stanford money line parlays tomorrow, folks. You heard it here first. Next, Utah State's laying 14.5 against Fresno State. I know Fresno State's improved, but Utah State is a machine, man. Like, they lost their first 2 road games, South Florida, but other than that, Charlotte, they won by 26. Just beat Colorado State by 42. They beat Illinois State by 5. This team has beat VCU this year, and then just dismantled and dismissed every single team that they should have beaten this year. Fresno coming in, loses a 4 straight, including Bakersfield, Arkansas, CSUN, UNLV. They beat Utah Valley. That was a home game. Utah Valley, you want to bet at home. Not on the road here. And other than that, like Pepperdine, New Orleans, Long Beach State, Stephen F. Austin, good win. I'll give them that one too. But a lot of these aren't great wins, and when they've stepped up, they've gotten just smoked. Utah State, this is their 3rd road game. So that is a little nerve-wracking going, conference play road, but they're a much better team. I think they killed them. I think this is just don't overthink it. Fresno, yes, you're better, but than you were last year, but you're not hanging with Utah State good. I will take the Aggies on the road.
Yeah, I'll lay the 14.5. No bet for me. It's a big number. I've got other bets out there. we'll see if this line gets a little bit more bettable. But man, I think I don't know. It's just too big of a number for me to feel comfortable with. But I'll take Utah State minus the points. I could look at also the over in this game. I think if you might see Fresno State be able to put up some points, and Utah State, like you said, they're a wagon on the offensive end, especially, but they're really good defensively as well. Force a lot of turnovers. Fresno State struggles, almost turns it over. 276th in turnover, so that could be an issue. It all points to Utah State minus the 14.5. I'm just not comfortable with betting it, so I might pivot just at the over 151.5 if I'm going to bet the game. But nothing for me right now, but I would be on the Utah State side.
Fair. Can't argue that at all. Let's say 97, or we'll go 94-67 final. That I'm calling. That's what I'm calling. 94-67. Louisville laying 7.5 on the road at Cal. Now we're starting up those weird fucking ACC tournament games where you got to go fly across the fucking country.
You just talked about one, and you took the away team on the money line.
Touche, but a little different. I think this Cal team is actually pretty decent. Did lose to Kansas State by 3 on the road. Beat UCLA, beat Utah, beat Pacific, beat Columbia by 18. They've kind of had some good wins. Louisville, Cincinnati, Arkansas, Indiana, Memphis, Tennessee, some tough games, and Kentucky. Some tough games, but they're 0-2 on the road at Arkansas, Tennessee, lost by 9 and 9-21. Now you're going to fly across the country to Cal. Cal's been home. They haven't left home since their only road game, November 13th. So they've been sitting pretty and good at home. Big game here. I think the fans show up in this one and they get ready. Not to mention Louisville's, who's that guy for Louisville? I don't think he played the last game or two. What's their point guard? Whoever their point guard is. Michael Brown. Didn't play the last two, but this guy's 16, 22, 6, 9, 11, 22, 19, 29, 18, 11. Like, this guy gets buckets for them. And if he doesn't play, I think that really hurts them. So I like Cal here. I think Cal's live to win this game under Madsen. Give me Cal, maybe a little money line sprinkle, maybe a little Notre Dame, California money line parlay, just for a little funsies at night.
I'll be on Cal here as well, plus the 7.5. I feel like it's too many points. Louisville survives, but I think Cal covers this number. I think, like you said, tough to travel all the way east to west here and get it done. You look at this game. This game is going to be 9 p.m. local time for Louisville, a little earlier for Cal. Wish this was kind of more like an 11 p.m. start, kind of like when the Boise State game is going to be going on. But I'll still take it. But I think too many points. So I'll take Cal plus the 7.5. This will be a bet for me.
Let's do it. Can I introduce some money line? A little money line sprinkle?
I could see them winning out, right? I probably won't sprinkle it. I don't sprinkle a lot of money line sprinkles like you do. I probably should. Just haven't been something that I've done. But maybe I should start.
Start tomorrow. It'll be nice when we get this nice Golden Bear money line ticket coming in tomorrow night. A money line that is not live. New Hampshire is catching 30.5 at the Huskers. Over under 144.5. Is it that obvious to where we just take Nebraska, maybe a Nebraska team total? Shit. This team's undefeated. New Hampshire has not looked good. When they've gone, Clemson beat them by 50. George Mason beat them by 17. Providence beat them by 32. St. Louis beat them by 14 here. I mean, their wins are Boston's in overtime, Stonehill, and then Curry and Emmanuel. They have not looked good at all. Hitting the road again, Nebraska coming off the North Dakota game. They've got Michigan State at home on deck on Friday, so maybe a little look ahead. But I think we get plenty of points in this one. New Hampshire can score some points. I mean, they do struggle. I mean, Mason held them to 44, Clemson held them to 38, Providence held them to 66. What was this? They beat Stonehill 59-58. So, I mean, this team does have a little bit of a offensive struggles, but I don't really see Nebraska getting slowed down much. I kind of like the over 144 with that, maybe even laying the ridiculous number with Nebraska. How does New Hampshire stop them? I mean, 346 in the offense, 351 in rebounding, 357 at getting the line, 312 at the threes, 334 inside the arc. They're shooting 67% from the line. They're second to last in the country in assists per field goal. I mean, they don't get open shots. They don't get good shots. Nobody's doing anything. Fuck, dude. I'll lay with Nebraska or an over. I honestly think if Nebraska can get 50 or New Hampshire can get 50, I think this over hits, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll take it'll be Nebraska team total over for me. That's probably the angle that I would bet this. I'm not going to take them on the full game spread. I think they could play with their food a little bit. They really haven't beat anybody by 30 this year yet, but they put up a lot of points. I think New Hampshire, they're going to struggle. I think Nebraska is going to be able to get whatever they want. Like you said, I'm seeing team total for Nebraska over 87.5. Don't mind that. New Hampshire's at 56.5. Don't really want any part of that. I could see them getting 60 potentially if Nebraska just doesn't want to play on the defensive end. But if Nebraska is shooting threes at a high clip like they have been, I think that team total over 87.5 looks good to me. So that'll be what I'll be on. I'm probably not going to bet it, but that'd be the side that I'd take.
92-58. That works for me. Let's get that done here. Gonzaga's laying 29.5 at San Diego. Kind of, like, you just got to take it, right? Like they're killing these teams. San Diego does like to play slower, so that should help them. But still, Washington beat them by 30. Granted, that was a road game. They had USC at home. They lost by 13. So, I mean, USC is pretty damn good. They're at home. Lavin, very experienced. These two guys got respect for each other. And San Diego does play at a slower tempo to where maybe they can just force minimal possessions and hang in this game by, 23, 24, 25, somewhere around there. I'll take San Diego. No bet, though, because I would also not be shocked if Gonzaga wins 97 to fucking 52 or something. But
yeah,
I'll take San Diego. Yeah, basically Pepperdine 2.0.
Yeah, you got what 96-56 was the total there. I'll lay it with Gonzaga. No bet. Big number on the road. They've already played a road game at Pepperdine, but I don't feel comfortable at all taking San Diego plus the 29.5. Maybe I should just end up betting it since it's below the 30 mark. We'll see, but it'll be Gonzaga or nothing for me.
Can't even really argue against that whatsoever. San Fran laying 4.5 at Oregon State. Over under 143.5. Oregon State was a very popular play Sunday against Santa Clara. Or was that yesterday? Whatever day.
It was Sunday.
Yesterday was Sunday.
Yesterday was Sunday.
Yeah, and Santa Clara was absolutely free for me. I want to go to Oregon State here. Everybody got burned by them. Nobody's going to want to back them. San Fran picked up a nice road win. Sunday, who did they play? Who was that? Seattle beat Seattle in the crack house by 8. Now you're going to hit the road again to Corvallis. I just want to take Oregon State because they burned everybody, and now nobody's going to want to go back to them. I think Oregon State wins this game. Bounce back here for Tinkle and company. I'll take Oregon State with the 4.5 here. Disgusting, but I think this is a spot they bounce back and they respond from last game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. This is one that I might, talk about sprinkling the money line. I could see him winning this outright. You look at last time they dropped a home game to Cal Baptist. They ended up beating a pretty good Vermont team by 22 in their next game out. I think we see a similar effort. They got embarrassed at home by Santa Clara on Sunday. Quick turnaround to forget that loss, and I think that they possibly get it done at home against the San Francisco team that I haven't been too impressed with. And the fact that we're getting 4.5 points, I'll take that all day. So give me Oregon State plus the 4.5. Shame on me if I get fooled twice by the Beavers.
Yeah, at least it'll be the first time for me, but I think it's a good get up spot. Nobody wants to back them tomorrow, but I do. Washington State's catching 4.5 in Seattle. Seattle coming in off of the loss here. Is this a bounce back spot?
After losing San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, are they going to complete the trifecta?
Washington.
Battle of Washington? Already beat Washington at home. Can they take care of business and beat Washington State at home? I think I think they can. Washington State, they just beat Portland on the road to open up WCC play in their first year here. There, I'll take Seattle minus the 4.5, but I don't know if I'm gonna. I'll probably end up betting it. Not betting it right now, but I'll take Seattle minus the 4.5. I think that's the right side here at the Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, I like Seattle. I also like the over. Seattle just played San Fran. They both shot horribly. Seattle 4 of 23 from three. San Fran 8 of 26. They both shot a decent amount of free throws. Shot 83 and 79%, but inside the arc still 32% for Seattle and 40% for San Fran. I think they missed the over by 17 points. So I mean, a decent amount, but when both teams shoot a combined 12 of 49 from three and a combined total of 18 of 80 from inside the arc and still, get to the mid 120s. I think it's the bounce back spot for Seattle. I think they look far better and are going to be able to score the ball. Washington State, I don't think is really going to have much defense to slow them down here. And Seattle's defense is really good. They can force turnovers. They're really good at defending. So I think they're going to be able to get some runouts, get some easy buckets. I may do a double dip here with Seattle and the over. I just think this 141 is just a little too low for this. I think this game's somewhere around like 81-74, somewhere around there, 81-73. So I'll take Seattle and I'll take the over. Next, Santa Clara's laying 12.5 against Portland. Portland off of blowing that game on Sunday, had it, pissed it away, and then fought for the cover there. Didn't get it, but Santa Clara team's a wagon, absolute fucking wagon. They're really tough to slow down. I mean, their losses are St. Louis, New Mexico, Arizona State, and then somehow the Loyola Chicago one. I'm not sure how you lost that game, but they did. Followed up big Oregon State win. Now they're going to hit the back-to-back road games against Portland here. Portland struggled when they've stepped up in competition. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to lay it with Santa Clara again. This team's just really, really good. Portland, I don't think is going to have enough to hang in here. I mean, 30% from three. You're one of the highest turnover teams in the country. You can't grab rebounds, and you rely at scoring inside. Something Santa Clara is not going to let you do. So I'll lay it with Santa Clara here. I think they're the better team. I think they're going to dominate the glass, and I think they're going to be able to hit their shots. So Santa Clara, lay the big number.
Yeah, I'll I'll take the over here. I think Portland, they play with a lot of pace. Santa Clara, they're going to be able to kind of get whatever they want on the offensive side of the ball. Really good offensive rebounding team. So I think they'll get some good second chance points. I think Portland will put up a fight here at home. So I don't mind the over 155.5. I would lean towards that Santa Clara minus the 12.5 as well. But I think Portland will be able to be somewhat competitive here, put up a good amount of points. But I see Santa Clara scoring in the 90s. So if Portland can give me 70 plus, I think this over will hit. So I'll be on the over 155.5.
Love it. Pacific's catching 5.5 at LMU. LMU off of the max effort St. Mary's game. Pacific off of getting embarrassed, now hitting the road. You would think LMU would be laying a bigger number here. They're not. Pacific, I don't mind this Pacific team. They look good. Granted, their wins aren't impressive, but played Nevada to a 1-point game. FAU road game, they busted your ass. Cal to a 6-point game. BYU, it is what it is. BYU is going to kill teams by 30. That's what they do all year. And then tough loss to Lavin and company on the road there. Back-to-back road games, LMU off of St. Mary's, max effort game. This line stinks. Give me Pacific. I think they bounce back. I think LMU drops back-to-back games in all honesty, or just squeak this one out barely. So I will take Pacific plus the 5.5 bounce back game. And LMU just not enough gas for back-to-back games here.
Yeah, I'll take the under here, under 137.5. Was trying to look to see if this changed at all. Looking at 138.5 now, so I'll fade the line movement here. I think we see this game played in the mid 60s. I see this game maybe like a 65-57 type of a game, or 65-62, something like that. I think both teams are really good defensively. They both offensively play with a very slow pace. I think we get a defensive battle here, especially Loyola Marymount coming off that hard-fought loss to St. Mary's at home. I think LMU, wins the game. I would maybe, want to bet Pacific. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'll lean to the under and rely on a defensive slugfest here. And so I'll take the under 138.5 now. That's what I'm seeing.
Don't hate that at all. All I want is the Tigers show up tomorrow. Let's get this done. Penultimate games, San Diego State laying 10.5 at San Jose State. Over under is 143.5. Elliot, what say you about this one? Is this line a little weird?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably so. But you look at a San Jose State team who can be fairly competitive at home. Only lost to Stanford by 4. San Diego State opened up conference play with a 23-point win against Air Force, then just got completely dismantled by Arizona in the second half of that game before break. I'll take the points in San Jose State. No bet for me though, because I could see just maybe a little bit of a statement game for San Diego State, coming off of that ass whooping that they got handed by Arizona. They did play D2 Whittier after that, right before the break, but that doesn't mean much. I think maybe we see a statement game here for the Aztecs. Could talk me into maybe an over 143.5 as well. San Diego State's been putting up a lot of points and haven't really been defending it as well as they have in years past.
Yeah, another battle here. I like San Jose State last year against this team. Oh, my bad. My bad. Gotcha. Yeah, San Jose State. I mean, they played last year. These two teams, what was this? They beat San Jose State in San Diego State by 3. Then they went to San Jose State, won by 3 also. And that one, I mean, last year, I don't think that San Jose State team was as good last year, personally. But you know, you look on paper, none of these wins are incredibly impressive, but still who they played. Road games: Utah, Santa Barbara, Michigan State, Tulsa, Irvine, Stanford, New Mexico. I mean, they played some tough games, and Stanford was a 4-point game at home. Irvine, they lost by 9 at home also. I think, given Tim Miles' history with this Aztecs team and playing close, and I think they're battle tested this year. I'll take the 10.5 with San Jose State. I think it's going to be a tight one. Aztecs have flirted with some disaster games at times this year. They've looked good, and then they've also just had some bed shitting performances. I think tomorrow might be a little bit of a bed shitting, and this is going to be a tight game down to the wire. So give me San Jose State tomorrow. I'll lock this one up for sure. Put that in there. Bada bing, bada boom. And then the final game of the night. Elliot, take it away. We got a banger. We've got a banger. New Mexico is at Boise, catching 4.5 over under 145.5.
Yeah, no, this will be game of the night. Sucks that it's at 10 o'clock because I'm gonna be wired and I'm gonna not be able to go to bed. So it's always fun when one of the better games of the day is on at the very end of the night. But also, it's fun because we've got hoops pretty much all day long again, starting at 12, ending at damn near probably 12. So straight 12 hours of college hoops. Can't ask for nothing more than that. You've got Boise State at home off of that 15-point loss to Nevada. You've got a New Mexico team who's really figured things out after dropping a few games there in the Coaches Classic here in Kansas City. Actually, they dropped one game against Nebraska and then got right and beat Mississippi State, but figured it out, have been good at home. Went on the road and got a good win against a VCU squad by 3 on the road. Now they venture up to Boise, Idaho. I see this game being pretty competitive, but I think I'm gonna go against Dusty and his dog of the day. He had the dog of the day is New Mexico, plus the points and outright on the money line. I tend to think that Boise State's going to be able to get it done here at home. I know that New Mexico has seemed to figure it out, but I think that Boise's going to respond after that loss on the road against Nevada. I really like Boise State here. I kind of maybe just I don't know if I want to take the over. I think New Mexico can put up points, and maybe we'll struggle to stop Boise State possibly, but I don't like taking it over with Boise State when they play at pace. I think or play at a slow pace. And just give me Boise State minus the 4.5. Maybe actually add this into the money line parlay piece. I might do that instead. Instead of taking the 4.5, because I could see a very close competitive game. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. Maybe with Creighton minus 5.5. So I'll do Creighton money line, Boise State money line.
There you go. I like New Mexico here. I know it's a new team, new coach, but this season ended last year. Well, the Mountain West Conference Championship ended, or conference tournament, lost to the hands of Boise, that great game, that 3-point loss. New Mexico, we weren't sure what to expect, but they've looked pretty good. I mean, this team played Nebraska to a tight one, 12 points there, but beat Mississippi State, beat Santa Clara, beat VCU. I know Boise's got some good wins: Valley, Wichita State, Butler, St. Mary's. They played a really, really tough schedule, but I just think it's a spot the Lobos hop up and play this tight. I mean, they're still a good team. They've proved it. I mean, 3 big wins this year. And then, played Nebraska fairly tight for what Nebraska can do. I think this comes down to the final possession. I think this is a 1-score game. I'll take the 4.5 in New Mexico. Hopefully they don't win for your money line parlay. Unfortunately, that would forget who in the chat would like them on the money line. So I guess either way, if you got your money line parlay, if he's got money line, something good will happen from that. But I think it's a one possession game. I like New Mexico catching the 4.5 here to tomorrow night at Boise. Should be a banger of a game. Can't wait for that one. But that is it for the games. Elliot, any final words? We kind of didn't rush through it, but a little bit of a time crunch tonight, so I had to skedaddle through it. We did it. We got all the games done. What say you about tomorrow? Final thoughts.
I mean, looking good for the one of the rhythm plays of the day. I would say. Auburn's got up 30. I think 38.
They're almost up 40.
Almost up 40. So that's looking good. That's tracking. Depending on what you got, I know I gave out NC Central plus 22.5 as the other rhythm play of the day. Got hooked. But I know a lot of people that bet it the morning of got 23.5 because it basically switched like right as soon as I gave it out, pretty much. So that was unfortunate, but 1-1 on the rhythm plays of the day. So shout out to Rhythm, kind of our partner, premier partner, data analytics. Always good to kind of be backed by them. It's kind of proven. Proof is in the pudding in our record. We were on that six game win streak with them. Lost that by the hook. It was right there for NC Central, but Auburn's tracking good, so that looks like it's going to come through for us. Don't want to jinx anything with about 4 minutes to go, but it's looking solid. So shout out to Rhythm, our sponsor. Always helps me kind of dig into there. I know it helped Trev over the break when college basketball wasn't on, was able to go on a little heater in NBA. So they got several other sports, not just college basketball, but man, college basketball has been fun. Just kind of going through there, looking at all their plays that they have, smart signals, certain things that come on through. Don't forget, shout out to Rhythm and the play with Villanova on the money line right before Christmas. Gave us a little bit of extra cash in our pockets for the Christmas presents. So it's been fun. We'll kind of continue to get chopping up on that. I know I sent you a few plays. I don't know if you liked any of those.
Yeah, I agree. Mine's got an agreement with the bottom two, or I'm sorry, top two. So your choice. You pick.
The top two, you said?
Yeah, for that picture you sent me.
Yeah, let's rock with the over 153.5 and that Butler at Creighton game. I think we see Creighton. I know I'm on Creighton on the money line, but now it'll give me a little different angle to kind of go through. I like the fact that Butler's going to come out with some juice, especially losing their last conference game on the road against UConn. They only put up 60 points. Creighton, they've kind of started to be a wagon. They're at home, really kind of figured things out and have put together things offensively. Defensively, they might struggle a little bit potentially. So I'll look to ride that over 153.5. Looks like the Rhythm model's predicting 157. So we've got just under 3.5 points of value there. So I like that. Looks like we're hitting a win chance, maybe just shortly under 60%. So don't mind that play at all. Let's ride it.
Yep, couldn't agree more. With everything, shout out Rhythm, everything they're doing for us. Appreciate them, and the Rhythm models have been on fire, 25-11 this season. So I'm no mathematician, but that's pretty good. So shout out Rhythm for that.
Huff's back on tomorrow. So if y'all missed his face, he's gonna be making an appearance tomorrow night. So that should be fun. Be able to kind of chop it up, all three of us again. So looking forward to that. And then I don't think we're no show on Wednesday night. Enjoy the New Year's Eve.
Maybe a New Year's morning-ish.
Maybe a New Year's morning show, possibly. Otherwise, always check the picks page. Huff's really good at putting those out. I sometimes struggle.
Same. I try to do them during the show, but I always tweet everything out at least.
But yeah, so looking forward to having Huff back tomorrow night and kind of going from there. So let's cash some tickets.
Let's fucking do it. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys are bumping, getting it going. Appreciate you. Like, subscribe, comment your favorite play under this video. I go through a couple times a day and just look and see if anybody does it. Nobody does. You guys are you guys are hurtful. But drop your plays. Let's see what you like. Maybe we're battling, maybe we're riding. Who knows? So appreciate everybody. We will see you tomorrow, and best of luck.